Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we're starting today's video in a city park. This is Asotin City Park. We are going to be heading up Asotin Creek, and I might be mispronouncing that. But anyways, it's we're down here. We're a little bit south of Lewiston, Idaho, but on the Washington side of the Snake River. And I'm going to show you the creek right now. And we're just going to be heading about 15 miles upstream and slowly working our way back down this way. So, but let's go over here and look at the creek right now. Here is the creek. Looks pretty good. I think at its deepest in here, we probably got like 20 inches, 16 inches. I got the hip waders, I got the boots, we got all the stuff. Should be able to find some petrified wood, jasper, some interesting basalt, possibly some obsidian, possibly some agate nodules. Should be really good. And I think as we head upstream more and kind of get out of this, well, modified by man area, it should be a little easier to walk around in, a little slower. We'll see. So let's head upstream right now. So this is the upper, well, not all the way up, but kind of up here on Asotin Creek. The rocks don't seem too impressive. I got the scoop, I got the waders on, lots of red basalts, nothing too impressive. A lot of this red basalt, nothing too fantastic though. Water's kind of booking it. Nice to have the scoop for, I don't know, kind of like a walking stick. That red vesicular basalt's the only thing I have to show for that, and I almost got swept off my feet a couple of times, which that wouldn't have been good. So I'm convinced that everything upstream from, well, the end of the road here is, well, not good, not worth it. We're gonna head downstream and maybe look down there and check out some of the road cuts. I hope the camera does it justice, but you can kind of see there's like a rainbowing effect of what looks like iron deposits in the basalt here, which is kind of neat. It's also really pretty out here. Absolutely gorgeous, quiet. That's super super pretty. I haven't seen basalt like this. It's almost a little columnar in a way, but not. I'll have to look up the member here. Might take a couple for some samples. It's interesting. Barely made it back to the car and find this little piece of agate right in the gravel. Interesting. The view back there. I think this video is going to be, I don't know, it's going to look sporadic because we just stopped to walk out this canyon here. Because what was on Gaia?
Pumice mine.
A pumice mine? That doesn't mean that that is the only thing that you would find there. That's just the primary commodity that was listed in the records. So, you know, other things can occur with it, other minerals, so might as well check it out. There's bighorn sheep out in this area, which means there's going to be people probably wanting to shoot them. Thus, I have the safety nerd vest. Sarah's got the safety nerd hat. Huh. That up there, that's man-made. Somebody was cutting into that hillside, chasing something. You can see that white band up there. I think I'm just going to walk up there. This appears to be some type of old road heading up to that cut. And starting to come across, we got some pillowed basalt. And looks like right here. Oh yeah. This is like such a great piece of pumice. Hey, check this out. Pick that up. Yeah, that's extremely light. In the pocket it goes. I guess that's a benefit to picking up pumice.
Yeah.
You don't feel weighed down at all. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's definitely done by man. Look at some of this here. I should really learn how to juggle. This would be perfect juggling rocks. So lightweight. Some of this is pretty good. That's such a, like, so classic. 39. Yeah, I got a 39. Got a 52. Some stuff from the 90s. I feel like 1891 might be a little off. But you look at the styling of that. That's like very...
almost looks like a stencil, like it's so good, versus like a person's 98 version.
Yeah. Toasty. It's almost like trucker hat season.
Too hot.
Got a little bottle there. It's kind of interesting, actually.
Nothing ever gets worn down.
Yeah, you have no rain. 1968.
This says 24, but I don't know if that's...
Another 1938. I don't really mind super old stuff like this. Not the worst. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to see stuff that's 90 years old. Got another little spot here they were working. Nice out here. Any cool graffiti? Huh. Yeah, there's some graffiti up here, but it's kind of very weathered out. Okay, so just for fun, I'm going to take this piece of pumice and why don't you drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think this weighs, and we'll weigh it in the next Saturday video. It'll be fun, and I'll figure out who the winner is, and I'll send you some stickers. We'll do that. Here's that cut into the hillside that we saw earlier. What's interesting is we have pumice here, pillow basalt right there. We'll go look at that. And then you start to get in some more pumice, and it seems like it just fades out. There's plenty of pillow basalt down here. Let's go look at this big piece up here. Okay, so here's a great example of pillow basalt. If you watched my video on basalt, which is already up by the time you're seeing this, here's a pillow. Pillow basalt forms when lava, basaltic lava, hits water, creates steam, and you have this pillowing effect. You can see really good on this one, this crust, this outer crust. Same with this, you have some outer crust, just like that. So why is it important to look for pillow basalt, or better yet, why am I looking for it? Well, if you have lava hitting water, other things live near water, such as trees. Therefore, you have a much higher likelihood of having petrified wood. Sarah was saying that she found a thing online. Somebody's talking about large diameter petrified wood out here, right? Yeah. So that would be kind of cool to find. I don't know if I at this point, this trip's kind of derailed a little bit. We went from getting swept away in a creek and finding basalt to being high up in this canyon looking at pumice. But it's kind of cool. Maybe you can see Sarah's orange hat back there. I just wanted to take a second and tell you why I'm even out here, right? So this whole creek back here, this whole area, has been mentioned a number of times in different publications over the past 40 plus years, but there's been no real reports, trip reports on what people actually found, if they found anything at all. Now maybe I'm in the wrong place. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe one of y'all can let me know if you've been out here on this creek before. But really, all I'm finding is tons of basalt. Lots of basalt, that's it. So I don't know what people are talking about with finding petrified wood in this creek, but I don't think there is any. At least not here. So we're back from that, and although we had a good time, we always have a good time. We get to, you know, take a trip and drive around, look at new areas, find some interesting rocks. Here's that agate that I found in the gravel when we were parked to, when we parked to look at some basalt. So found that little guy. Here's some of that pumice. Now, unfortunately, this pumice does not float. I haven't been able to look this up, but I think that for the most part, if you have pumice, and you know, it's deposited horizontally, of course, and then it gets lifted up, that process smushes it some. It smushes it and pushes out some of the air, and then you don't really get like high quality pumice. But so there's that, and there's that. Now, here's part of this rockhounding video where you might want to click away if you are sensitive to negativity. Now, I know every time I bring up something negative, even if it's fact-based, some people have problems with that. So yeah, go find yourself a video of a cat falling off of the back of a couch, and you know, I'm going to continue now. And this might get a little long. Bear with me if you're interested. So Aston Creek, okay? Here's the thing. Now, I've done a lot of research, and I think that I'm fairly good at doing my research well. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go forward in time. The year is 1952. There's a mention of Aston Creek in a geologist's field notes that were then referenced by the Inventory of Washington Minerals Non-Metallic, Bulletin 37, in 1960. Fast forward to 1994, it was referenced in this book, okay? I'm going to read to you just a little excerpt from this, and I'm going somewhere with this, so bear with me. About 4 miles up Aston Creek from Aston, south of Clarkston, a small deposit of petrified wood. Now, you got to really read between the lines a little bit. A small deposit of petrified wood. The deposit is on the right side of the road and creek in the hillside. There is a parking area along the road. Only a short walk is required to reach the deposit. The wood is very solid, brown in color. Most of it shows the grain very well. In fact, much of it looks like real mahogany stained wood. Logs up to 18 inches in diameter and over 15 feet in length have been removed from this deposit. The host rock is pillow basalt. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to have to call BS. I'm going somewhere with it, trust me. I'm calling BS on that. That has some errors of, some whiffs of my uncle's buddy's best friend caught the biggest fish you ever seen. A little bit of a tall tale. Fast forward, we have the chemtrails of Washington. Now, I know some people are maybe foaming at the mouth in the comments, being like, guidebooks are just a starting point. No, hear me out, okay? 2014 comes along, and it gets written up in here, all right? It gets written up in here, and you got to listen to the exact language. There may still be some excellent petrified wood deposits in the hills along Aston Creek, but private land and limited access gets in the way. Okay. He then goes on to talk about medium quality jasper, occasional petrified wood, rare opalized material, and the interesting red basalt, which I showed you. So, you know what's not present in here? A photo of any of the material. What we have is a photo of a Jeep. Okay, that's a major red flag when looking at a guidebook. Fast forward to 2018. Rockhounding, Washington. Also, no photos of it. And apparently he lost his material. And he basically regurgitates the exact same material that was printed 4 years earlier in Chemtrails of Washington. We found nothing. We found no jasper, no petrified wood, not even a flake, not even a pebble, right? We hit that creek, multiple locations, going from the city park all the way to the upper trailhead, stopping multiple times, both of us getting out, finding nothing at a point in time in which the water is flowing very heavily, and there should be plenty of turnover. You should be able to find something, find a pebble. Nothing. Now, I don't think I was doing anything wrong. We have a lot of experience rockhounding, and I think this is all a bunch of nonsense, and it's all a bunch of BS. I think that somebody may have found something in 1952, and it's just been passed down over the decades. Now, I might be wrong, but there is not a single shred of evidence that says that there's actually petrified wood in that creek or in that hillside, in the pillow of basalt next to the road. There's no photos online. There's nothing to see anywhere, information-wise, but it just keeps getting passed along. Now, I'm open to being wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. If somebody wants to, lives down in Lewiston and they're like, oh man, you're way off, come down, I'll show you, I am all ears. I'll be there. I'm turning around now and coming down there to see you. But short of that, I'm saying that it's garbage. Now, that's not a problem for me, right? Because me and Sarah, we got piles of rocks. I can go. Our lives are set up in a way in which we can go rock hounding anywhere we want, anytime we want. Now, when I see these types of books, and they have the listings like that are at best extremely deceptive, and I think about somebody going out there with their kids or their spouse that's not really into it, and you go out, maybe you take a trip, maybe you got to drive out of your way to go do it, and it's a major disappointment for those people. It seems like I would personally be ashamed to list that location in guidebooks that I charge money for. I wouldn't do it. I think it's flawed. It's a major screw up in my opinion. Now, I think I'm gonna have to leave that there. And I appreciate you making it to the end of the video and hearing me out. I know that's a little bit of a controversial, how to put it, a little bit of a controversial opinion to have on the subject, but I think it is accurate to state that, well, they really just didn't do their due diligence and they didn't do their research, and there are no photos of anything, and it's filler material. which is it's a letdown. Well, I hope you found this to be enjoyable. Thanks for coming along, checking out, well, the creek and the canyon. The canyon was far better than the creek, in my opinion. And I'll have to catch you on the next one, everybody. Thanks for watching.